Good afternoon, everyone. At first, thank you for coming to this very important meeting of discussing 6 new modern-day diseases. I am Dr. Minso Cho, and these are my friends.
My name is Doyeon Kim. Nice to meet you.
My name is Chewon Kim, and I'm really excited to participate in this meeting because I found out many exciting diseases so far.
I agree, but before we start our meeting, let's see what acronyms and clipping is. Firstly, acronyms is putting a few words together and taking each of the word's first letter to make the first letter seem like one word. I have 2 examples. You might all know the 2 words laser or scuba. However, I guarantee that you would not know that they are acronyms. Laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, and scuba stands for self-contained underwater breathing appearance. Secondly, a clipping is erasing a front, middle, or back part of a single word. Sometimes the erased word can be reattached. I have only one example. The example is gas. The actual word was gasoline, but O line was clipped as the back part.
Now, let's start. I want to talk first. I found 2 diseases, one in acronym and one in clipping. The first one is uncomfortable feeling syndrome, which is UF syndrome. People have emotion all the times. However, in the past years, people didn't have much work to do, so they didn't got stressed a lot. However, nowadays and in the future, people will get more work to do, so they can get more stress. So this explains the disease uncomfortable feeling syndrome. The next disease is clipping, which is car busy.
Is that a clipping? Because cars aren't busy.
Yes, the original was car brake syndrome, but I clipped car from car, B from brake, and SY from syndrome, and that makes car busy. As science began developing, cars were invented. Cars made people's life so much convenient and transportation so much easier. However, everyone, what is the most important part of the car to move? Yes, it's brake. So as people push and pull on brakes, people can get a feet disease called car busy.
I think that our parents will get car busy the most because they always drive us to academy. Right, Mom? I'm next. I thought of 2 diseases, and I will talk about CEI syndrome first. CEI syndrome stands for caffeine excessive ingestion. I thought of this disease because nowadays people drink and eat a lot of caffeine, but there is no specific disease explaining this, even though caffeine is bad for our body. The top 3 effects that CEI syndrome causes us is that, firstly, we can be stressed a lot. Secondly, we can be irritated to small movements easily. And finally, moving our distant body parts will be hard. The second disease is UE syndrome. UE syndrome stands for uncomfortable emotion syndrome. I thought of this disease because a lot of people don't know how to control their anger, but I have never heard of a disease called uncontrollable emotion syndrome. The top 2 effects if we get UE syndrome is, firstly, we will act as our emotions lead us. This means that if we are angry, we might hit other people. The second effect is that our brain will lose control of our body. This is scarier than we think because our brain has the control of our whole body.
Scary!
No! Finally me. So I found out 2 diseases, and the first one is UMS, and the second one is EDS. First, I would like to talk about UMS. UMS is an abbreviation of Uncontrollable Movement Syndrome. This is a disease when you do not intentionally do things, but customarily do it without purpose. This disease occurs because we watch too much media and not care about other things we need to do. This will make us do things that we will not do for purpose. For example, we might customarily spin our pencil without thinking. If we have these kinds of destructive movements, we might not be able to concentrate well or be able to think well. One way to prevent this disease is watching less media or internet. We should not sit in front of television all day or watch computers too much. Also, we should do more outside activities than staying inside. The second disease is EDS. EDS is an abbreviation of ear deafening syndrome. There are two cases this can happen, and one is because of the loud volume of media. If we use computers or watch TV, volume always comes out and this can harm our ears. Another reason could be electromagnetic waves that radiates out of phones. If we use phones and call, electromagnetic waves could harm our ears. This could happen to us if we call too much, or it could happen to workers who always have to call.
Dring, 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 dring.
Hello? Sorry, I can get EDS. Bye.
Phew, finally we're done.
Yeah, it was tiring, but I was honored to share my new diseases with you guys.
Also, describing illnesses with clippings and acronyms were very fun.
It was fun.
What kind of disease will come in the future?
I don't
No. But I think
The best thing that we can do now
Is to try our best.
Thank you.